good morning. How are you today, sir?
I'm okay, not bad. I'm calling
That's
because,
great to hear.
yeah. So anyway, I'm calling because of an issue that I had last week. Okay, whereas my account was hacked, and there was an attempted purchase made on Tamu for $931. Okay, but my bank flagged it as fraudulent, and this happened the week before last week. Okay, now
Mm-hmm.
last week Monday there was a charge on my uh, bank account for the $931, and it was made from my PayPal account, which was hacked. Okay, and so when I call my bank to ask them, you know, why did the that payment went through when the week before it was flagged as fraudulent, they said that it was from PayPal. Okay, so this time it wasn't from Tamu, but it was from PayPal, and they let that um, process, that payment go through. I mean, it was still pending, but I had the payment canceled. So now I see on my account, my PayPal account, also I was charged $30 from PayPal, which I don't understand why. I wasn't told that I was going to be charged $30. But then on top of that, I also incur a $30 charge from my bank for stopping the the payment, right? And so I called PayPal. I explained everything to the rep. I actually spoke to two reps, and at no time did they tell me that I was going to be charged $30 because of the bank cancellation of that payment. Okay, and I explained to them what happened, and they saw it. Okay, so now I see when I go to my account and I see the current balance, right, in terms of my available credit, it says minus $931, which I'm trying to. That's why I'm calling. I'm trying to get this thing cleared up, right? Because my available
Mm-hmm.
credit should not be minus $931. I don't understand that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm very sorry about that one, Nigel, and my bad to hear about that kind. I do apologize. As much as I'd be more than happy to help your request for this one, here in PayPal, sir, we have a different department as well. But right here, I am only for security and identity department, which is the department for PayPal credit.
Okay.
What I can do right here, sir, to provide you information as well, is I can provide you a phone number directly to our PayPal credit department, sir, so that it will route you to that department and we'll be able to settle that one concern of yours why you have negative balance or 931 negative balance in your PayPal credit as well. Would be that fine?
Yes, that would be fine.
All right, wonderful, sir. Do you have a pen and paper right now?
Yes, I do.
All right, wonderful. Let me know, sir, when you're ready.
I'm ready.
That would be 866
866
528
528
3733.
3733. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. You're very much welcome, Mr. Nigel. You have a great day and
Uh,
take care always as well, sir. Okay?
okay. You too. All right. Bye bye.
All right.
Okay. So I'm going to call the number that I was given, and let's see if we can't take care of this. And the reason why I'm recording again is to uh, protect myself from these individual who again are part of a criminal enterprise, and this is a multinational, multi-agency criminal organization, right? And again, this is what is coming down the pipeline for most people because what they are trying to do, like I said before, they know that they are going to create mass unemployment, right? And so, therefore, um, what they are doing is creating ways to, uh, steal people's money. On top of that, manipulate people because again, I've always said this. How many other people are microchipped? How many other people are put into non-consensual human experimentation program? And these dark triad within the U.S. government, its security agencies, and law enforcement agencies who are attempting to discredit those of us who understand what's going on, who is speaking out about what's being done and what have been done. And so the use of psychiatry as a tool, as a weapon against those of us who are coming forward and also those of us who have been implanted with a microchip, right? Also, who are in non consensual human experimentation, being hit with directed energy weapons, radio wave and microwave frequency, particularly for the purpose of mind control, manipulation, and so forth, right? And so what they do is to try to silence you, as with a coercive persuasion program, is to try to uh, set you up in order to silence you or to get rid of you uh, if and when the truth comes out and they no longer can hide by the uh, plausible deniability scheme or behind the National Security Act, in which prevents them, or not prevents them, but from which preventing the public from finding out about these highly classified and highly destructive weapons, right? And they are weapons. Make no mistake about it. Okay, and also that too. Then the campaign to uh, try to sidestep the damage being done by being hit with these weapons and being implanted with trying to line that up with naturally occurring illnesses, right? And again, this is in long term. So if you are a younger targeted person, you need to be getting MRI scans. You need to be getting psychiatric uh, um, therapy, right? Because they're going to evaluate you, but you do need to see a therapist to talk about what's being done to you. And if they've created a situation where you can't speak to a therapist, then there are multiple online therapists that may be able to help you just by watching their videos. One of my favorite is Doc Snipes. Another one is Dr. Tracy. And there was another young therapist, but she deals mostly in family trauma. And also, she did talk about targeted individuals. I forgot her name, right? But this is a black therapist, a black female therapist. But yeah, stay away from therapists that seem to only talk about, relationship issues or and marriages, stuff like that. And watch and listen to therapists that talk about, particularly when it comes to traumatic events, right? Traumatization. Also understanding the differences in people's personality, know who you're dealing with in terms of their personality, and learning about different personalities of different people. And that will help you not just to understand their personality, but to understand the reason why they do certain things and the reason why they can be easily manipulated into engaging in the behavior that they exhibit and they do to us as targeted people. All right. Um, I'm going to pause. I'm going to call this number, and then I'm going to start recording again. Okay, so as I dialed the number, the New York Predator Department, New York Predators Department started using these sirens.
Thank you for calling Synchrony Bank regarding with the PayPal credit account. Can I have your first and last name, please?
Sure. First name Nigel, last name Nicholson. This call is going to be recorded for my purpose. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, so I'm calling because some recent transaction that happened on my PayPal account. My account was hacked about a week and a half ago, and there was a an attempted charge by on Tamu for $931, which my bank flagged as fraudulent and denied the payment. Right. Then last week Monday, another charge was made for my account of the same amount, $931. Okay, but uh, it was a payment to PayPal. Okay, so I was able to see that text because it basically put my bank account in, um, in an overdraft, right? And so I had to call my bank. Then they told me that when I requested to cancel the payment, they told me they couldn't. I had to call PayPal. I called PayPal, went through. I had to call this department again. Um, they told me that I have to call the bank also because there was another payment this month for the same amount again, which I didn't authorize. So I had them cancel that. Okay. And when called back my bank, the bank was finally able to cancel the payment because it was still processing. So they end up canceling it. Um, then I went to check on my PayPal account over the weekend, and I saw that it said available credit minus $931. On top of that, there was a $30 fee from PayPal due to cancellation of the automated payment that was supposed to take place this month, which they never explained that to me and never told me that I was going to be charged $30. Okay. So that's one issue here. The other issue, again, when I look at my PayPal credit, right, it says I have my current balance. Then it says available credit. It says minus $931. And this is what I'm trying to see what is happening here. And why is it that my available credit is $931?
Okay. So sorry for the confusion, sir. I am now checking the account regarding with the available credit balance on the account. Okay, just a moment to confirm.
All right, did you guys hear the siren? And she said, just give me one moment to confirm. After she said confirm, the New York Predator Department used their siren. Yes.
Thank you for patiently waiting. So regarding with the available credit, sir, which is the negative 931, as per checking here, your credit limit um, was decreased to $100 from, I think that was,
Okay.
let
Okay.
me just
So,
confirm the last one. Your credit limit before was $1,104,
right.
and it was decreased. As per checking here, it was decreased for this month, and I have already checked that there was an email that was sent to you regarding with the decreasing of your line of credit, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
It was sent
I did not.
on
I did
March
not.
14th.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. The letter was sent to you on March 14th regarding with the lowering of your credit limit to $100. That is why there is a available credit of negative 931 on the account, sir.
Yeah. But
Have you checked?
the reason why my credit was decreased was because of the of my account being hacked, right? And that charge being made from my account to my bank. Okay. And so again, this is not me. Okay, so I'm literally being punished for what someone else did. Okay, that my PayPal credit was decreased. Okay.
Okay. So have you seen the letter, sir? Or
No,
have
I
you
have
read
not
the
seen
letter?
the letter. I have not seen the letter.
Okay. Because
Okay.
they have their reasons here. There are four reasons why they have lowered your credit
Yeah,
limit.
I mean, now that you explain it, I mean that's fine. I mean, there's nothing I can do. It's PayPal. They do what's thing, but I just wanted to just because when I saw the negative 31, I was like, okay, that I mean a negative 931. I'm just like, what's going on here? So, I mean, because I didn't want to be uh, paying off this $931 and still have to pay off the current balance of my account. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Right? So I'm just trying to get the clarification. Okay? Because again, like I said, that $931 that was made from Tamu was a purchase on Tamu, and again, that because my account was hacked, and then it was hacked again uh, with that payment from my bank to my to PayPal. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out, the 931 is that, is it that 931 that I would have to pay off first and then pay off my balance, right? So that was what I wanted clarified. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because like I said, I'm looking at this like, is this another way of which I'm being scammed, you know? So, but thank you for clearing that up.
Okay. No worries, Mr. Nicholson. Okay, so do you have any other concerns or
No,
questions,
no,
sir?
no. That's it.
Okay.
Thank you. All right,
Okay.
appreciate it.
You're welcome, sir.
All right, have a
Yes.
good day.
Also, thank you for calling PayPal Credit. Hope everything works out, sir, and have a great day.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so again, I just want to make sure that I'm not paying off this $931 in addition to my balance, right? Because like I said, they're find ways to do things, and it could be also because I stopped that payment, right? And the reason why it was done again is to ruin my credit, right? Because this is what they do, and this is not just me. This is how these criminal operates, right? And how they try to, as a target individual, how they try to ruin your credit, okay? Particularly in the Coercive Persuasion Program. And again, I want to show you guys exactly, you know, the Coercive Persuasion Program and what is actually being done. Okay, just like as it says uh, here, and let me pull up that. There you go. Let me go to the site psychologicalharassment.com so you guys understand. Okay, that this is exactly what targeted individuals are speaking about, right? And again, these coercive mind control tactics, okay, is to manipulate us and to silence us, right? And again, and to cause not only mental harm and anguish, but physical harm as well, okay? Neurological harm as well as the psychological harm. And also financial harm, right? Societal harm in terms of your status within the society, to cause you homelessness, right? To manipulate you, to take away your um, your mind, right? Or to to destroy your mind, so that you have no critical thinking abilities, and they can manipulate you any which way, and no one would ever know that you were being manipulated by external forces, right? And technology, and to hide the fact that they've been engaging in non-consensual human experimentation, particularly uh, microchipping, right, for the purpose of BCI, and also the training of artificial intelligence, right? So in a coercive persuasion program, again, this is just a sanitized way of saying, having someone putting someone under mind control, of breaking someone mind psyche, right? It's literally mind raped, okay, every single day when they engage in remote neural monitoring, right? And on top of that, the neurological damage, the constant headache, very painful, okay, and the use of psychiatry for their purpose, right, which is to discredit us when they know that people are paying attention, right? And then, after an amount of time has passed by, and people start to, forget, then they attack the targets, okay, in order to, remove them from the society, right? Because we are the proof. I said this for over a decade now. We are the proof of what America has been doing, in terms of non-consensual human experimentation. And so how does that look on the world stage? When America gets on the world stage, their politicians, their president, the president of the United States, the vice president, and talk about America ideals and exceptionalism, when in America you have people who are being experimented on, people who are being unjustly killed, unjustly incarcerated, people, a whole group of people who are being manipulated, poisoned. Okay? This is what I'm talking about, right? So again, in a coercive psychological systems are behavioral change program which use psychological force in a coercive way to cause the learning and adaptation of an ideology, a designated set of belief, idea, attitudes, or behaviors. The central strategy used by the operators of these programs is to systematically select. So don't think we just get into this program by chance. Okay, secrets and coordinate many different types of coercive influence, anxiety, and stress producing tactics over continuous periods of time. In such a program, the subject is forced to adapt in a series of tiny invisible steps. Each tiny step is designed to be sufficiently small so the subject will not notice the changes in themselves or identify the coercive nature of the processes being used. Now, at first, I didn't realize what was happening. I couldn't see it. Imagine being programmed and your conscious mind just can't see what's going on in front of you. Okay? But, those who understand the human mind, not only the psychology of the human mind, but the neurological abilities, the cognitive processes, the areas of the brain responsible for everything that we do, and being able to manipulate those things, particularly using microwave and radio wave frequency. And with uh, implants, right, they can study your personality, they can create new personalities, they can dumb you down, they can make you smarter if you follow their direction and you're silent about what's going on. They can use you as a spy, right? Or they can turn you into a maniac and a mass shooter or serial killer, what have you, right? Because you don't quite know. Most people are not going to know. Fortunately, for some of us TIs, we just happen to get in contact with other TIs, or we know somebody close to us that was a targeted individual and may have helped us understand what's going on, right? Or we took it upon ourselves to study what's going on and to expose it. Okay? And so this is what, as I said the word okay, they use the car honk, or sometimes use the sirens. Like I said, there's certain words, so you know that this is, AI, right? Because the software will recognize, the AI will recognize certain words being said, and they will either use the honking of the car horn or the police sirens, right? And it seems, it is, and it's instantaneous, right? So instant feedback. So when you look at like DARPA, right, in terms of their mind control programs and their BCI program, which is the integration of the human mind with the microchip or computers, right? We're talking about instant feedback, right? So this is at night when it's so frequent and so rapid, it becomes difficult for you to sleep, and it affects your brain. It affects the function of your brain, whether it be your intelligence, whether it be your brain ability to regulate sleep, right? So most TIs, and also you start to see most people within the society are sleeping less and less. Why? Because of radio and microwave frequency, whether it be from your Wi-Fi, your radio frequency within your cell phone, your television, and again, though we're not using CRT anymore, they can still introduce subliminal messages through your television, right? And they don't need your Wi-Fi, okay? They don't need your Wi-Fi, all right? Signals can be sent directly through to your television through the electrical circuits within your apartment, within your home, okay? Like I said, if you don't have let's say you have a router and you don't have wireless, right? You can buy a device in which you can run a cable. You can plug it in through your like let's say if you don't have a long enough what is called Ethernet cable, right? You can buy this device, right? It comes in a package. You plug it into your wall next to your router with a let's say a 6 feet, 3 feet, 10 feet Ethernet cable. So you plug that into the device. You plug the device into the wall. The other device you plug it into the wall outlet next to your television or your computer, and you get a smaller size Ethernet cable. Plug that into your computer, into the device, plug into the wall, and boom, you have a wide connection, right? So you don't need to run long cables, right? You can do it directly through. You don't have to run long cables from your router, right, or your wireless router to your devices, right? You can run it through the electrical system, right? And then the other end, that this device that you plug into your wall outlet, it'll have like how many Ethernet ports, depends on how many you need, and you just plug that into your TV or your computer, and you have internet connection, right? So understand how these system can be used, right, in various ways. Okay, but yeah, and so let's talk about some of the tactics, right? And particularly, again, the increased suggestibility. When I talk about fixation drill, when I talk about repetition, routines of your activities, sleep restriction, nutrition restriction, right? Um, and again, establish control over a person's social environment, their support system being taken away, whether it be family members, friends, intimate partners, loved ones, what have you, husband, wives, what have you, boyfriend, girlfriend, what have you. Okay, right? And then they will try to manipulate you. So for me, then if I go home and I go towards my computer, they will start using the police sirens, right? And as I press the button to turn the computer on, again using the police sirens, and then afterwards they will project sound using voice to skull. It will be coughing, spitting, sometimes sneezing, right? And then they'll play the music, which is again sound like the Hunger Game theme song, the Mockingjay theme song. They will play that, and again, in the past, I've actually recorded it multiple times. You know, so then, right? They're again trying to get you to self isolate, right? And then they will send subliminal message or send people around you to talk about certain things. Like for me, they always try to bring me back into that fall of Christianity, right? So again, I know, and we all know if you're a TI, that when it comes to organization that engage in coercive persuasion programming for control is financial institution, religious institution, government institution, right? The military, security agencies and so forth, particularly when they are engaging in non-consensual human experimentation and they're trying to get away with it, okay? By trying to silence you, right? Now, if you refuse to become silent, right, and refuse to act in negative ways, because you see, the whole purpose of you being a TI again is to not to help you, but to make you, is to condition you so that you can act in negative ways. And if that doesn't work, right, and you seek some type of retribution for the people that are doing this to you, that's where the microchip comes in, right? So they need to monitor your thoughts in case you are going to seek retribution or revenge. And and again, there have been TIs in the past who have sought retribution and revenge and have caused the deletion of people. Okay, not just one. Okay, and so and they are learning. And when I say they, meaning those within the security agencies and government agencies that engage in these sort of crimes against human beings, that they don't want. They've learned, because now when they do this going forward, they will use what they've learned, particularly through AI, artificial intelligence, and how to manipulate the brain, how to subdue your feelings, how to circumvent your thoughts, how to create new thought pattern within you, and have you attacking the wrong people. Okay, right? So this is what they're they've been doing, right? And so I know in my experience, whenever I would react a certain way, they will come back and they will say, well, like send me subliminal message about increasing the frequency or lowering the frequency. And particularly, if you play games like online games like Fortnite, Fortnite is a game in which is geared that if you are a TI and you play, particularly for young uh, men and women who are target individuals, using Fortnite, and again, we see these online sites where you have a lot of white supremacists or white racist groups who have been engaging in the psychological warfare, right? You guys hear the sirens outside? Yeah, you know, I can always tell when I hit the mark, right? They always come out with the sirens in a particular way. So, right, when it says to make the person reevaluate the most central aspect of his or her experience, okay, or prior conduct in negative ways. Remind you, okay, when you're a TI, this is not about your prior conduct in negative ways. It is about either someone trying to manipulate you or have manipulated you in order to get you into this kind of program, right? And then the further degradation of your mind. It's not to help you. Now they will try to act as if or say to other people out there they're trying to help you, but that's not what they're trying to do, right? Because when you bring it to the attention of others what's being done, now they want to play the good guy. Okay, this is what the dark triads do. They always try to play the savior, right? You understand what I'm saying? Particularly as a black person, there's always this. White people will always try to play, well, the white savior of other groups of people, right? Because again, this is what they've been conditioned to believe, even though their act is not about saving, but about destroying. Okay, so they have a backwards way of thinking from non-white people across the globe, right? But you need to understand why they think that way. Okay, so anyhow, so where it says efforts are designed to destabilize and undermine the subject's basic consciousness. So again, if this is supposed to make you reevaluate and your aspect of prior behavior, right, in negative ways, then why is it that the efforts are being made to destabilize you, to undermine your basic consciousness, your reality, to give you a screwed reality, to make you non-aware, right, and to change your worldview, and also to have emotional control over your feelings, also your defense mechanism, right? Imagine that, okay? Also to create a sense of powerlessness. So like what they are doing to me right now, because there's nothing I can do, right? And again, this is part of their coercive control, right? As to punish me, right, for not being silent. Like I said, that's why they're outraged that I keep recording, to show people that this is being done, and then to try to make me look like the bad guy, the crazy guy, for exposing their criminal behavior towards me, right? And because they think that they can get away with it because it's in the psychological realm, but sometimes it'll lead to the physicalness also. The threats, the constant bumping into you, and then turn around and say sorry. That's passive aggressive, right? You understand what I'm saying? And they know this. Okay? And we as TI, we should know this. So don't let them try to make you feel guilty of recording what it is that they're doing, to make you feel like you've lost because you're recording what it is that they're doing, you're exposing them. That is a defense mechanism they're trying to condition within you so that you won't continue to expose what it is that they're doing. Understand their mindset. Okay? Now, uh, and also, again, to create strong aversive emotional arousal, right? Which, again, intense guilt, anxiety, manipulation of others, social isolation, social status change to undermine you in front of your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, by taking away your financial support, whether it be your job, whether it be any sort of financial support you are receiving, whether it be through businesses, investing, entrepreneurship. It is to degrade you in every way in front of the people that love you, right? Including manipulating you. And like I said, we have to be very careful of our thoughts. You have to start to analyze your thought. That when you start thinking negatively in ways you never think before, and particularly they use certain narratives, right? And as a man is always, and as a black man is always going to be violent, uh, uh, um, domestic violence, domestic abuse. They'll use the theme of pedophilia. They'll use the theme of sexual aggression. They'll use the theme of grape, that sort of thing, and also uh, uh, sexual deviancy, right? These are themes that they use, and you can find out these themes. But first, let me just read this. Do this. All right. So, tactic 7, which is again to intimidate the person. This is why they use the police, right? They use the ambulances. Okay. They'll use hearses, right? They'll use threats, right? So to intimidate the person, right, with the force sanction, with the force of sanction of group sanctioned secular psychological threats, right? So it is suggested that implied that failure to adapt the approved attitude, belief, or consequent behavior will lead to severe punishment or dire consequences, such as physical or mental illness, the reappearance of a prior physical illness, drug dependence, economic collapse, which is what they're trying to do right now, right? Social failure, which is what they have done. I wasn't married, but they broke up their relationship, and they continue attack. But again, I'm not dating anybody. I'm looking to date anybody. So but I'm sure if I was, they will engage in sabotaging those efforts also, right? Okay. So again, these programs are never meant to help anyone. It is meant to destroy your mind, destroy your status, destroy your ability to you know seek out livelihood, a better life. They don't, they try to use those things as a tool, right, to silence you, right? I mean, it's ridiculous, right? So these tactics of psychological force are applied to such a severe degree that the individual's capacity to make informed consent or free choices it becomes inhibited. You see, and knowing this is the reason why I don't date. Not only, but I can date because women today have been so conditioned negatively, also using coercive persuasion programming, that they don't even understand, right? But the way how it's being done to them, if you're not a TI, is in a different ways, but some of the tactics are the same. Okay, and so the victim become unable to make the normal, wise, and balanced decision that would most likely or normally would have made had they not been unknowingly manipulated by these coordinated technical processes. Okay. And understand what they are doing is criminal. All right. And this is why I like this site so well. And they have tried to shut this down, but I'm so glad that the site is still here, so many other people as well as other TIs who may be new can go and look up, because it talks about a lot of the things that I talk about. And again, the whole, the cancer stuff, because again, radio wave and microwave frequency, in terms of the biological effect on the human body, right, does cause cancer as well as other illnesses. Okay? And particularly when you're exhibiting illness and certain signs of aging when you're young, right? And like I said, most people today barely get enough sleep. They aren't able to sleep because of these radio wave microwave frequency. We are being bombarded with these frequency, and it's for mind control. It is to subdue our emotions, right? To change our way of thinking, so that the powers can continue to rule over us. This is why you see mass unemployment is going to be happening, and you're not going to see a lot of protesters. You're not going to see people, maybe even fighting back, because they have perfected the frequencies in which they can manipulate and subdue our emotions. Okay? So I just wanted to say that, and just to show you guys, give you guys some real world example of these sort of effects and how they do these things. So when we talk about coercive mind control tactics and programs, you can have a real world example to use when trying to explain what is being done to you. Okay, because you're not the only one. I know sometimes we think, particularly in the beginning, that we're the only one this is happening to, but you're not. This has been happening to a lot of people. It has happened to a lot of people, and will continue to happen to a lot of people if we don't expose these things to where legislations are passed, that finally government official will start to pay attention. But they're not going to pay attention because if those people who are within these agencies continue to have the same mindset, right, in which, again, they can manipulate the public, and you guys should go and watch Jordan Maxwell. Okay, I just started looking at his videos. I mean, sadly he passed away, but when he explains how the Bible is used to engage in some of these tactics, right, and how what it really means in the Bible, it's just a different perspective, right? And so he talks about, when they talk about end of days and stuff like that, it is because the elites, right, are the ones that are causing the societal breakdown, right? The warmongering, right? They're the ones who are in the positions of power who, go around starting wars and conflict. So that when these again, this is something that has continuously happened throughout human existence. And the people who wrote the Bible knew this. They know this, right? So this is why every generation, things will seem familiar, and it seems as if, things is being prophesied. It's not being prophesied when you know what they continue to do, right? It's not prophecy, right? It's a pattern. And this is why you got to look for the pattern, not just within your targeting and how they're manipulating you, but also within the society and the society as a whole. Because we see patterns, most of us have been blocked from seeing these patterns, right? Most of us, human beings, we're, if we look within our system, we are also, we operate by electricity also. So not only are we have organic tissues, but we also operate somewhat the same as the electromagnetic frequency of the planet, right? This is why you can get an electrical shock, right, from electrical static, right? This is why when our neurons in our brains fires off, when we touch, we taste, we smell, we see, we feel, these are based off of electrical impulses that are brain is wired to and interpret as feelings, as touching a smooth texture or a rough texture, tasting something that's bitter, that's sweet, seeing colors. These are all based on the electric magnetic spectrum, right? Of frequencies. Okay. So, and they know how to manipulate those things. All right. So, stay wise. Do your research. Learn. Get out of the believing and get into the knowing. All right. And I'll talk to you guys on the next video.